Hey guys, ColdBrew here, back with Diablo Immortal. We have the news about the patch that is coming tomorrow, Wednesday, the 17th of August. So the Chinese Blizzard website has already released the patch notes. These have been Google translated. So with the wording that you'll see here on the screen, do not take it literally because it's just the translation is difficult for Google to do Chinese to English, but still you get the point of the patch notes. These are amazing and will bring a ton of changes that are needed to the game, and it's hopeful for me for the future of the game because I know a lot of people that I've been playing the game with that have been quitting because of some things that are bad within the game, some of the repetitive things that we have, and some of the things that are restrictive to the newer players as well. So without further ado, let's get started with the patch note. There's gonna be a big update coming in. And let's get started with everything. A new limited time event is going to be called Dispute of Echoes or something along those lines, where players who reach level 30 can enter a battlefield at a fixed time every day on the date when Echoes of Dispute starts. So when this thing starts, there's going to be 16 places in each battle, of which one random will be used as a virtual immortal and the remaining 15 will be used as virtual shadowers. So it's going to be like the shadows fighting the big immortal fight, and that's going to be a type of event where it's going to be like a duel. And after the duel is over, you can get experience, equipment, and universal materials as a reward. So I'm guessing this will be just normal materials that we use within the game. So enchanted dust, scrap material, and maybe even the what's it called, the ones you get from salvaging the legendaries, right? The side of the duel that wins will receive an additional victory chest. That is pretty cool. And this will go all the way to September 14th. And by the way, this is a very specific date, which is 1 month from now, which I'm guessing will be the next time a big patch is coming with more events. So they did say every 2 weeks we'll have like a mini patch, which is going to be the battle pass refresh, the new battle pass coming in. And then every 4 weeks is going to be a bigger patch. So who knows until that time what the new events are going to be. Next, we're also going to have a Chaos Secret Realm. So during the opening date of the Chaos Secret Realm, you can enter the mysterious Chaos Secret Realm by passing through the passage through the Chaos Spar. Affected by the power of Chaos, the Chaos Secret Room has its own operating rules. If you want to enter the Secret Realm, please read the Secret Realm code carefully. It's going to be like a rift that does not allow any equipment and props to enter. So it will be regardless of what gear you have. All properties of the Chaos Rift will be reset to their original state. The Rift affix of the Chaos Rift will affect all life in the Rift, including monsters and you. Ooh, that is pretty cool. So it's going to be different affixes fighting in a Rift type of situation. And there's going to be skills limit for the skills that you use. And every time it's going to be a different scene, so a different map with different monsters in it. The higher the layers, the stronger the monsters you face. And it's going to be exclusive Chaos equipment available. You can strengthen yourself in the Rift, but you cannot take it out of the Rift. So you become stronger within the Rift only. I'm liking this, especially if there's leaderboards or something. This will be huge. The Chaos Rift will give you 5 chances to revive if you fail. If you run out of revivals, the challenge will fail. This is already so cool. Chaos Rift will have a total of 15 floors, and you will get rewards if you pass floors 5, 10, and 15 for the first time every week. That is pretty good. So it's going to be a month-long event again that will be resetting every week, and we'll have one-time clear rewards for every 5, 10, and 15 floors. The Chaos Rift only records the challenge history of the same class, so it's going to be class specific. After changing classes, you need to challenge again, but the reward progress will not be affected. That is cool. Complete the main storyline of the library, or the player level reaches level 37. So in order to enter, you need to be either level 37 or have completed the main story, which that's around level 60, by the way, if you just do all the story and get all the experience needed while completing the story. It's going to be a new costume, so a new well, I guess cosmetics that you're going to have to get through purchasing. So that's limited to just buying it. I wonder if it's cool looking or not. I don't usually buy all the cosmetics that come. I only have one of them bought. And then we'll have new legendary equipment. I wonder what this actually will be. And this will probably be for each class. And it's going to be 36 new class legendary gear. So I wonder here on how clear this is going to be. Let me try and zoom in a little bit. So for the wizards, shooting frost, the helmet. When attacked by frost ray 6 times, you'll be frozen for 2 seconds. That's a lot, by the way. For crowd control, this will be huge for PvP. So the shoulders, teleporting also removes the most recently acquired negative status. So that's good for PvP again. So to clear any movement impairing effects you're going to have. So the chest piece, the clothes. Lightning Nova turns into a burst of Nova forward, and when you click again or reach at the end, it explodes into several small Novas to deal damage to the enemy. Main hand, Arcane Cyclone no longer charges, but instead summons an updraft to knock enemies into the air. More crowd control here for the wizards, that's insane. Offhand, Frost Armor now resists the next 6 damages and applies cold to surrounding enemies while resisting damage. I don't think this means immunity though. And then Pants, Meteorite now instantly drops multiple tiny meteors forward, knocking back enemies and causing stuns. Wow, this is huge for mages, for wizards. That is huge for crowd control. Let's look at Barbarians. So the helmet, taking damage during the Undying Wrath will trigger a rage counterattack, causing damage to surrounding enemies up to once every half a second. Shoulders, you take 20% less damage during Cyclone Strike. Ooh, that is big. The chest piece, when Furious Rush collides with the terrain, a shockwave is generated, causing damage to the surrounding area and an additional 1 second stun. Wow. Okay, main hand, grab is changed to a sprint forward, grab the first enemy it hits, continue to charge for a while, then jump up and smash the ground, causing group damage and slowing effect. A lot of crowd control. Offhand, a chain spear applies a drain mark to the enemy for 5 seconds, and when attacking the marked enemy, it gains life recovery equal to 5% of the damage. So this is like a life steal for the offhand legendary. And then the Pants, when the leap hits the ground, the enemy will be knocked into the air. This looks so good already for these two classes. So martial artist, I think this is the monk. So your spiritual body is dedicated to you, and you can split 20% of the damage. All right, so you split it with one of your copies, probably. The shoulder piece, a wave of energy that will be released in all directions, causing damage to enemies in the path and adding ignition. So fire damage taken. Taking damage during the use of Zen Guardian will trigger a shelter counterattack, causing damage to surrounding enemies. These are kind of hard through the translation, by the way. The spirit body changes into a spirit body that rushes out in the designated direction, taunting and attacking monsters along the way. The offhand exploding palm now folds their palms together, gathering all enemies in front of them into the middle. That's cool for grouping up enemies. And Pants kicks can now charge up for a powerful kick, knocking back enemies and adding a stun. So more crowd control. Ooh, okay. Witcher, I don't know who the Witcher is. When casting Hatred, it also releases terrifying inner demon that fears surrounding enemies for 3 seconds and deals damage. So this might be the Demon Hunter. So multi-shot will knock back the enemy. This effect can only be triggered once every 6 seconds for the player. Smoke bomb turns into a smoke bomb thrown at the designated location, greatly reducing the vision of the enemy within the range. A lot of crowd control already for the Demon Hunter. Every 4 times the explosive arrow hits, it will generate a more powerful explosion to knock back the enemy. Pretty cool. The offhand Shadow Knife hits enemies with negative status and its damage increased by 15%. All right, that's big. Bang bang bow. Bang bang bow. Buckle belt, the Pants. Fan of Knives trap becomes a hatred trap. When triggered, nearby enemies are imprisoned for 3 seconds, and the witch's damage is increased by 30%. 30% boost to damage for Demon Hunters. That's insane. But that's after the hatred trap is triggered, though. All right, for Crusaders, that's interesting for me because I'm a Crusader. The shield is protected by an Aegis in the process of charging, which can reflect the enemy's projectiles and cause damage. All right, I'm guessing during the shield charge. We'll see about that. So the shoulders increases damage dealt by 10% using the Holy Light Shield. I'm still not sure which the Holy Light Shield is, which one they mean. Heavenly Retribution now summons Heavenly Thunder to strike at the specified location, dealing continuous damage. That sounds good. That sounds good. I still don't understand which skill this is. Throne of Suffering, main hand. Swipe turns into throwing a chain hammer forming a storm that slowly drags enemies along the way forward. All right, that must be the I'm still not sure which one this is. There's so many different skills that the Crusader has for the main hand. It might be like a new one for this one. And the offhand Scourge also increases damage by 3% for each enemy hit, up to a maximum of 15%. Scourge? Honestly, I have no idea. Warhorse Drag now rides a Thunder Warhorse to continuously shock random enemies around. And enemies who are shocked 3 times will enter a stun state. All right, this I like. Okay, so this is huge already for one of the gems. I predicted that's gonna be for the 6 hit bonuses, but with all these crack controls already, the chip of the stone flesh, the gem is gonna be huge for all classes right now. Necromancer Spiritual Deed Symbiosis Head. 20% of the damage you take is borne by the stone demon. Wow, 20% damage reduction again. The piercing stab also knocks enemies back. When the ghost is used, it will remove imprisoning, slowing, and cold state from the body. That is removal of crack control, basically. Scythe now throws a helical scythe forward, knocking enemies back and dealing multiple damage over time. Scythe now no longer charges. Sounds good. Offhand, the Wraith now summons an uncontrolled, powerful Wraith that roams randomly and deals damage to enemies it passes through. Now charges up to 2 times. That's solid. And then Curse of Darkness will generate Cursed Eyes, which continuously taunt surrounding enemies. This is also sounding very good. And then we've got this new change. The Ancestors have always been by your side. The new Ancestors Road will be opened at 3 on August 23rd server time. Follow the guidance of the Ancestor, improve the power level of the Ancestor, and you will receive rich rewards such as an enhanced immortal keystones, legendary equipment, and legendary gems prepared by the Ancestors. That is, wait, what? Unlock Ancestral Blessing and get the new theme series appearance, Justice Incarnate, and new emote. So, new cosmetic that's available through an event on August 23rd. That sounds really, really good. Really, really good. But that's the Ancestors path, which I'm guessing is the achievements that we have. It's not very clear. Anyway, let's continue on monthly tour. The Hermit of the Moon, offer the Shimmer of the Moon and a new moon to the hope. Wow. Opportunity to win an Xbox Series X console. Zippo Diablo Custom Lighter, China Post, Diablo co-branded. These might be Chinese only, honestly. These are looking like actual rewards that you can get that are like an Xbox Series X. This is insane. Opportunity to win it though. So I'm guessing this might be only for the China part of the game. So I'm not going to hype this up at all. So optimizations, let's see. In Hell 2 to 5 difficulty, the group size requirement for wild dungeons and hidden ruins has been reduced from 4 to 2. That is insanely good. It means you can group up with only 2 people now. That's going to make it easier for matchmaking. If more than 4 people participate in the team, an additional treasure chest will be dropped when the dungeon is completed. Treasure chest needs to be opened by 4 people. I hope that these includes boosted set items. Maybe you can get 2 set items if you're running with 4 people. And of course, it's going to be more difficult for 2 people to beat it. Optimize the related experience of matching teams. All right. Growth and Conquest has been added to the Gorgosia's mission objective. So this one's the Heliquary objective. So something has been added there. The season journey quest to remove the quest objective of collecting chapter treasure chests. I think this is where they removed the warband chest requirement. Adjusted the ancestral notes quest and removed the goal of completing the chapter camp in the ancestral notes. All right. Okay. Increase the probability of goblins dropping a rare equipment and legendary equipment while running and defeating. Nice. So when you're killing a goblin now, you have a chance to actually get legendaries. That's good. That's what I was always hoping for. Adjusted the battle experience of wild bosses. Some dungeon gameplay has been adjusted, like the echoes, Cavern of Echoes. Optimize the display of recommended battle levels for immortal rifts. I'm guessing these are the challenge rifts. And then some PvP and faction gameplay has been optimized and adjusted. So the matching logic of War Hymn, of the Holy Relic, what is that? The opening hours of the treasure house are adjusted to 12 to 1 and 7 to 8. I think this is the vault. I think they reduced the vault to only 1 hour twice a day. That is amazing for just the experience overall for the Immortals and the Shadows. Optimize the benefits of the monthly card. Players who activate the monthly card can directly open the portable market in the market mail. I mean, we could do that already. I'm not sure what this means though. So instead of it being in your inventory, now it's going to be in your mailbox. Not sure about that. Only one mail will be sent when a notification is done when you sell something. And optimize the stuttering when you would buy multiple goods from the market. All right, some more things. So instill the energy from the World Stone for the professional transfer backup equipment, and the transfer backup equipment can now carry on the essence of inheritance, helping the warriors to exert greater power in the adventure. So what this means is basically the reservist gear, when you change a class, will now be able to have an essence transfer on top of that. That is huge, because that was what was limiting me from actually trying new classes. Now I can try them and then transfer the essences that I find on top of those, instead of hoping to find, you know, triple statted gear that I can transfer those on. Optimize some test descriptions, calamity and time space reversal inscriptions for the wizards. All right, for adding friends. Fixed an issue where the elevator stage could be skipped in the Tome of Fahir. I think that's it. And fix the problem that the cooling time of the Heart of the Phoenix was displayed abnormally. All right. Well, this patch is huge and I'm totally liking it. These are big changes coming in, especially for dungeons where you can go in there with only 2 people now. Additional rewards when going in with 4 people. The big reservist change is there and I think it's huge. All the new legendaries seem to be, especially for the Wizard Barbarian, are focused around crack control. It's also very big for the Demon Hunters. For the Crusaders, it wasn't very clear on what it changes, although one of them is very, very good for the horse, because it now adds the ability to stun with using the horse. I think though the Wizards got the biggest buff of all the new legendaries that have been added to the game. I'm not so sure about the Necros. I want to hear about the Necros from you guys over in the comments down below. I like the new events that will be coming, especially one of them that says something about new legendary gems offered on August 13th, 23rd. Also, the limiting of the vault to only 2 hours nowadays. That's better for every player out there who tries to compete in it. So you don't have to spend so many hours doing that every day. The goblins buff is huge. These are looking good. So it means that Blizzard is actively listening to the players out there. So keep on being critical about the game. Keep on placing your recommendations both in the forums, on YouTube videos, everywhere that it's visible, so that, you know, we can make the game better slowly and surely. So 1 year from now, the game will be, you know, hopefully 10 times better than it is right now, with these constant patches that will be coming in, with the additional legendaries that will be added. All of these things sound incredibly positive for the game, and I just hope the game becomes better, not only because I've got a YouTube channel for it, but because I am enjoying it. And it's sad to see players quitting the game with only the game being 2 months old. This was the video, guys. What are your thoughts on it? When we actually get the proper English language worded patch notes, I will probably do an update if they are significantly different to what I've read right now. If they are, then I'll be pleasantly surprised. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you watched this far, subscribe if you haven't already, and guys, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.